Hello and welcome to another HanDrinksSolo wine info video, this time on Cantine Colosi's Salina Bianco white blend. Now, for those of you who are tired of circling around Chardonnay, Chenin, Savvy B and Pinot Gris, this is the wine for you. Now, Italy is an absolute treasure trove of indigenous cultivars that really have the ability to show a pioneering wine adventure just how big the world of wine can get. Now, over in Italy, the rumor mill is spitting out numbers of up to 2,000 indigenous cultivars. But thanks to a wave of DNA testing by some very diligent ampelographers, we realized that actually while there may be 2,000 names, what often happens is that each region has its own name for a particular grape, and so you have a list of 20 grape names, but actually it's probably, as far as DNA is concerned, only 2 or 3 different cultivars that just each have different names. Still, that 2,000 is whittled down to not a paltry 350 cultivars at least, there or thereabouts, that are growing in Italy and being vinified. And you might ask, Han, but surely they would have tested it ages ago. How come all this is only happening now? And the truth is that, especially in the old world, a lot is taken for granted as being just fact or truth. For a very, very long time, even the most experienced winemakers thought that Shiraz and Syrah were different grapes until, again, DNA testing revealed that they are in fact genetically identical. So no matter how much style and region may vary, the two grapes are one and the same. But let's get back to the wine at hand. What is so special about Cantine Colosi's Salina Bianco? So what makes this wine so cool? Well, for starters, it's from the south of Italy. And southern Italian wines are very hip and happening right now because they tap into this sort of global food trend towards regional cultivars of fruits and vegetables. And so all these strange sounding lists of Italian grapes are really quite intriguing to your cosmopolitan foodie in a big city abroad. So Cantine Colosi as an estate are rather small by South African standards. They have a mere 10 hectares of vineyards situated on the island of Salina, which is part of the Ionian archipelago, which is northeast of Sicily. But on these islands, 10 hectares actually makes them one of the biggest producers, because these volcanic slopes are not exactly easy pickings for large commercial operations. And so what you have is small, very focused producers with just a few hectares here and there, but producing incredible wines. And really, you've got these exposed slopes and you've got the ocean. I guess it's like James Bond's You Only Live Twice, but with vines instead of an underground rocket lair. And what of the grapes in the blend? We've been talking up this long list of indigenous cultivars, but what are they? Well, the Salina Bianca is a 50-50 split of Inzolia and Catorratto. Now, in this blend, Inzolia is definitely the rock star of the two, and it's probably one of Italy's oldest and most esteemed white cultivars. So much so that even though the islands around the mainland were considered to be primitive and backward and intrinsically inferior, kind of racist, the folk from the mainland still went to all the trouble of picking these Inzolia vines and taking them back to the mainland, where they were eventually planted in Tuscany and given the name Ansonica, just to try and get rid of any evidence or trace of dirty island peasant heritage. Catorratto, on the other hand, is less of a rock star. In fact, at its worst, it's seen as having its biggest bonus being its ability to deliver very large quantities and thereby improve profitability for farmers. But it should be said that if Catorratto is allowed to sit on the vines for just a little bit longer, it develops this rich honey element, which is really quite lovely and complex. So what you have is two things working in tandem. Inzolia, harvested earlier with beautiful laser-like acidity and rich aromatics. And then you have Catorratto allowed to ripen a little more, developing a full textured body with honey notes mixing in with the brightness. The end result is quite captivating, which you'll smell in the glass. And I mean, tell me there aren't notes of marshmallow fish in here. It really is a Streisand-sized gargantuan schnoz of exotic fruits and herbs and a chalkiness. And really that is what makes the Salina Bianca so very special. So give it a bash. Let me know what you think of it. I'm pretty confident that any fan of the sort of textured Swartland Chenin Blancs with the combination of fruit and florals will have no problem finding appreciation for this little southern Italian variation on that theme. If you have any questions about Catorratto or Inzolia or about Cantine Colosi or even the island of Salina, drop them in the sections below. If I don't have the answers available immediately, I'll go find them and get back to you.